Okay, see who shows up. You know, this is a little last minute. I got bug flying around here. Hopefully. We'll have some people jumping on. So this is different. Deanna Shield. Hi, Deanne. Hon, how is your friend doing? Was she the one that lost her daughter on New Year's? Well, I got a new deck in today, Deanne, and I thought I would share that with everybody, kind of chat, see what's going on with y'all. Maybe pull a few cards, preferably non-political. Um, I've had my fair share today of political reading. Hi, Nancy. Thank you for joining me. I know this is kind of last minute, but I had to take a little nap after the Scott Allen Sunday with Debbie and Andrea, and then I hung around for Sonia and Lisa and Debbie at 11:11. Oh, I hope she raises what she needs, sweetheart. I am so sorry. Do they know who did it? Anna Banana or Anna? Is it? No, it's Anna Banana. Depends on tomato. So I hope I'm saying it right. Thanks for stopping by. Wow, this time I get to see the comments right here. I don't have to have my phone going. They know, they think they know who. Okay, all right. Well, Deanne, if you want me to pull some cards on that to kind of help in any way, let me know. Yes, Nancy, I saw that you did. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm still wet behind the ears, as they say. Oh, jeez. That, you know, I don't understand, Deanne. I really don't. Thanks for coming on, Anna. How are you doing, sweetheart? Oh, I can't think of what to ask. Well, we could always, if you wanted, I could go get my Arcane or my Kipper cards, and we could just kind of toss a couple cards and just ask for entertainment purposes only, YouTube, whether or not it might have been the boyfriend, and to see when he'll get caught, to see what the cards have to say. So think about it and let me know, because I want to do more things like that on this channel to help, families. I know Maya does hers on Thursdays, which I love joining her and reading with her on, along with a news reader here too. So, yep, we'll learn together. How about that? Yes, let's see what the cards say. Okay, let me see what cards I have here. I do have them. Let me go step and go get those. Anybody joining in that I haven't said hello to yet, thank you for joining me. I hope y'all are having a wonderful New Year's. Looking forward to a brand new year. Take what we learned from last year and move forward, knowing, you know, the lessons that we learned and took from last year and putting them towards what we're going to do moving forward in 2022. Taking that wisdom. And if anybody else see that, we get these little fly bugs flying around here, so no orbs. False alarm. Okay, it's freezing. Well, we finally got snow here, Deanne. I don't know exactly where you're from, but I live currently in Niagara Falls, New York, and I think this is like only the third time we've really had snow. And because of all the rain and stuff, we lost another ceiling tile this morning. So if y'all can just keep me and my Shan in her prayers and hope that we get a call back this week for a new apartment, a new home to move into, that would be most appreciated. Let's see. Did I miss anything that you said? And snowing after 3 days of 70s temps. I know. It's changing weather. Thank you, Deanne. And I'll pray for, you and your friend's family. So, okay. Let's just go ahead and ask, what was the young lady's name again? Can I just at least have her first name? I think you said her name was Nikki. I am in Tennessee. Yeah. I know. I mean, Buffalo. No snow. I mean, it's crazy. Sherry was the young lady. Okay. So if anybody doesn't know and would like to kind of read along maybe with me, Deanne, did you want to share your story? Or do I have the go ahead to just like give just the idea of the synopsis of what we're going to be reading on? So her name was Bridget. Okay. Sure. Okay, everybody, Deanne's Shield Maiden Tarot found out that on New Year's Eve, her friend Sherry lost her daughter to murder. Apparently, other people they were all at a party for New Year's Eve. Multiple people got shot and killed, and one of them was Sherry's daughter, Bridget. So I'm just going to read on Bridget a little bit and see if we could maybe bring a little peace to Deanne and something maybe that can give Sherry some peace of mind. Hi, Sonia. Thank you for joining. I appreciate that, hon. I was trying to make sure I did this a little later on in the afternoon because we've all been so busy with our morning shows. Okay, so Sherry's daughter, Bridget, was at a New Year's Eve party and was shot and killed by a male shooter. Was this Bridget's ex-boyfriend? So let's see what we have here. Well, I think right off the bat, DN, we got a yes for the X. Five of Swords, struggle, conflict. Um, that's what it looks like. And the Eight of Wands, um, for me, just shows like she's going down. You know, there's the flames, the dark, the red around her. Eight of Wands. She felt like she was being, you know, it just all came at her. It was all aimed and direct at her. His anger, the red, everything just right at her. Um, and what I do get is the Knight of Cups. And I believe that somebody is going to come forward with the information and confirm that this was likely um, it was a murder of emotions, of anger. I mean, first of all, you got the Knight of Cups, which is also emotions. So this could be, you know, him coming at her with all this anger, but yet the Knight of Cups also could be bringing information forward about who did this. Let's see. I know, Sonia, it's awful. They think he was the one. Um, you know what? A lot of times, Dan, what I hear other readers say is that we are removed from our body. Our soul is like pulled back so that we don't experience, hopefully, as much, you know, pain. Um, I believe that, though sometimes on the other hand, it may seem like, well, how come is it that it looks like, you know, people, you know, are suffering? But I really think with something like this, um, our loved ones come. What does it mean when you have 3 pages back to back? Well, pages generally, because I'm still learning too, Anna, pages seem to be kind of like the beginning, the interest, kind of like, you know, it's like an ace beginning of a suit. Asanya, if I'm wrong, or Deanne, if you want to add something to this, please go right ahead. And it's more of like a, I don't want to say immaturity, but it is a willingness or an earning to kind of like it's a young person, so you have something to kind of like prove here. Oh, I'm young, I know it all here. I know something you don't, kind of like mentality. Um, 3 pages could also be, you know, just young people. I do believe Deanne said that there were multiple people that were um, attacked as well. So, do you have a book that you can maybe fall back on um, to help you? Let's see. Hold on one second, Anna. I got this wonderful book from Shan um, for New Year's. And let's just kind of see which pages did you get. Can it be the beginning of something or something new? Yes, because like with the Page of Cups, there's typically displayed holding a cup, um, and there's a fish of some sort. That fish is kind of like secret knowledge or learning new knowledge, something that's cool. I mean, that's cool. I'm sorry, I was reading that. Um, but knowing something, like you're holding the cup, the fish is looking, going like kind of like, I know something you don't. or wisdom being given to somebody and they're holding on or sort of wanting to hand it to you. It's a real, like, childlike, depending on surrounding cards, because right now I'm not really reading reversals. When I picked up my cards again, I was really drawn to the Lenormand because Lenormand is non reversal. I will admit and say that I do have a bit of a learning curve with being able to retain too much information. And so a lot of the reversals would just throw me off, and I would look, and it was almost kind of like what someone might refer to as like a dyslexic mess. I couldn't process any of the information. So with the Lenormand, it taught me to just keep upright and read the images as how they're facing each other, how they are appearing out towards the reader, the symbolism in them. And so that's how I am learning moving forward. And what's nice about this book too is there's no insistence on here, Susan Levitt, Anna. So that helps me, you know, be able to focus just on the image and allowing my intuition and myself and my guides to help me process what I'm looking at in the cards, if that makes sense. Disputes. The reason why there's so many younger people today can cause immature behavior. Okay, thank you. Well, well presented. I was noticing today, Sonia, that sometimes I get mesmerized when you talk because everything just flows out so freely when you explain things or when you want to process and share your thoughts. I just love how you articulate and process in such a effortless manner. That's just wonderful. Um, I saw something with, yeah, Paige. This is a surprise coming in. Yes, moon. Well, the moon is of course going to be revealing secrets to light, kind of like the high priestess. But there was a lot of emotions involved. A lot of maybe with him it might have been suppressed. He just kept suppressing all this anger, and then when he couldn't hold that anger anymore, he sought her out, and it got brought to light, unfortunately, in that manner. Alrighty, let's see if he's going to be brought to justice soon. Is the male suspected of shooting Bridget going to be brought to justice soon? Okay, Queen of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Eight of Cups. Well, this is interesting. Deanne, do you know what typically kind of like state of mind this young man is in? Because I first got the Queen of Pentacles. Of course, she rules not communication. Sorry. For me, the Queen of Pentacles is a very motherly energy. I believe someone female may be coming forward. Um, to turn this individual in. However, I did get also the Five of Cups, which is, of course, emotional, just desolation. Um, And then I got 8 of Cups, walking away. Do you know if he might be capable of taking his own life rather than being arrested? Because this feeling of isolation, I mean, the Queen could have been too, his him thinking of the girlfriend that he just murdered. Um, the 5 of Cups, of course, you know, the isolation, the desolation, the grief, the regret, and then the 8 of walking away. Oh my goodness, he killed 8. Oh, he killed a total of 4 people. Oh, good Lord. He might, because to me, I see this as a walking away because of the emotion. Well, of course, 8's being emotional and walking away. Here, let me look at what's on the bottom of my deck. Oh, 6 of Pentacles. Here, let me ask if he. Oh, I am so sorry. Oh my goodness. I mean, what a waste of young life. Over what? You know? Is the young man responsible for the death of 4 people in Bridget? Is he considering taking his own life? And please, let's all keep sending love and prayers to all the families who lost their loved ones. Oh, there's the 6 of Pentacles again. Okay. That's interesting because 6 of Pentacles typically has in my other cards a scale, a balance, and I also got the Justice card. I got a Page of Swords. Yeah, he's yeah, I think he's thinking about it. Yeah. Now in this deck, Page is the Herald of Swords. So, oop, sorry y'all. I don't know if I'm allowed to show. Um, but Herald of Swords. Um, I think he's thinking about it because he knows they're coming for him. The law is coming for him. And with the 6 of Pentacles, though in this deck there's no balance, I know from my other cards he's weighing his options moving forward. So it's quite possible. Anna, are you getting anything? Nancy, this is a deck called the Archaean deck. Um, I don't have the box anymore. It is a darker deck. Just the artwork in itself. Um, and I use these primarily when we read possibly on anything that's political, and like with cases like this, I want to make at least one day a week, like what Maya at Black Cat Tarot does. She does readings on those cases of missing women and children and men from other cultural backgrounds, ethnicities that don't get the proper uh, exposure that a lot of white individuals do. And I'm not dismissing anybody's demise, horrible demise like that. But a lot of times there's just not proper quality um, put forth, especially for a lot of like Native women, men. There goes the bug again. Sorry about that. So yeah, it's a little obscure. It's arcane, so it's like Archeon, so like Archangel Eon. There is nudity. I will let you know that. Um, there's no male genitalia that's exposed on these cards. Um, the women occasionally will have one. Um, so for me, I read these for more of the, um, I hate to say it, lower energy, but there are those energies that do exist, and there are cards that help us address them. Mm-hmm. I agree. Uh, at some point, maybe I don't want to go on too much of a rant. Um, but yeah, a lot of Native children, like up in Canada, at I believe it was called Carloops, where all those children were found dead. It's just yeah. So they deserve justice, or at least acknowledgement. So if Deanne, if you can't think of anything else you would like me to ask the cards in regards to this young lady's murder, please let me know. If not, I'll give you a minute to respond. I did get a new deck of cards, and I think it was, I saw these on Maya or somebody used them. And it is called the Star Tarot, and it is by Kathy Mcleland. And the book is just absolutely gorgeous. It even includes color pictures. And what I love about this deck, oh, you're welcome, Deanne. And please reach out to me otherwise too, that if you want or need, like to ask more questions, I'd be happy to, throw some more cards. Whether you went to Buff State, I went to UB for a year. Yes, I remember you telling me that. I went to Buff State. Whoop. I can't get used to the direction. Yeah, as you can see. Buff State from 91 until 91 until 2000 and no. Oh, it's been a long day. Um to 98. Oh my god, I was gonna say don't make me go any longer than it took me. But no, I did go to Buff State. I went for fine arts. So I did graduate 98 with a bachelor's of fine arts degree from Buff State. Great 7 years of my life, let me tell you. Okay, so let's put this card and these energies over here, get them out of the way. And here, let me just, where are you? Difficult remembering everything. I am currently living in Niagara Falls, New York. Um, really not by choice, but out of necessity. We're trying to find a place right now. We lost another chunk of our ceiling. Well, the ceiling tile. Our place is in really bad shape, and we just finally got approved for Section 8 in a couple towns over, and just trying to find a place, hopefully soon, so that we can, because this is just not a good way to live. I know you were in Rochester. I remember you saying that you had family the one time we were talking. Yeah, Deanne, it depends on where in New York. Um, like the city, there's no way. But but it seems like rent's going up all over the place. A lot of it. Graduated from RIT in hospitality management. Well, you have the perfect voice, the perfect personality, and just you have that glow that I can see why you would go into that. So that people coming in being tired after a long trip or, upset maybe a little bit about something, I could actually see your energy being able to calm and relax and, help people. That's great. I love that you read and you help people. That's wonderful. So now some of these cards. Oh, it's on your list. Oh, you're going to love these, Nancy. Like here is the Chariot. See now the lamp here kind of takes out the color a little bit. Let's see. Where can I find one of my favorite cards? Oh, I love this one. The Justice card. Trying to make this so that you can all see the. Whoops. There we go. Oh, Sonia, you have no idea how beautiful these are. The Three of Pentacles. Look at that nest. And I love her hair. It reminds me of when I was younger and the women in the family would roll their hair in the curlers. Oh, there's a lot of beautiful ones in here. Oh, this one here. Okay, this Sonia is the Star Tarot, and it is by Kathy Mcleland. And I got this beautiful book. I mean, look at that. Just like a regular reading book. And even the cards and the pages in here. Okay, there we go. Are in color. I mean, they're just absolutely beautiful. And I do believe it was Maya who was oh my goodness, I just opened up to one of my favorite cards. And it's kind of hard to see, but I mean all the animals, the butterflies. Now I love butterflies. Butterflies are one of my totems. And these are very ethnically diverse. We have Native American in here. Um we do have I believe Hinduism, the Hindi people represented. Um, Eastern. I mean, the cards. I mean, there's just such a beautiful, beautiful. Oh, and here's another one of my favorites, the Queen of Cups. Just look at her. Just beautiful. Do you feel that is a good deck for newer readers? Deanne, prob. Well, oh, for new readers, you know what? Because I would say for me, I would say no. And like I said, everybody's different. But as we know, with the tarot cards, everybody kind of takes liberty in creating their cards from what resonates with them, with the information they read, like the basic Rider Waite. Now, I didn't start with those because I just could not take the color, the energy, the way they were drawn. I couldn't work with those. I had started with the Toth deck, and then because of my pagan spirituality, I went right for the Sacred Circle, which is similar, but to be straight through, I would try to find something that has the basics. Like I know Scott and I both use the Thelema and the Arcanum. Now, I think those are good decks to start with. Really nice imagery. It's the two decks are basically the same artist, the same models, but just their suits and the major arcana being just kind of revisited by the artist and put back out there. So um, that's that would be a good one that I would recommend. I just wish here I'm not in my room with all my cards on top of me. But let me just go to Pinterest. That's where I find most of my cards. And the ones that Sonia had the other night. Oh, Sonia, a few weeks ago, you had the cards like you were using today. I looked those up. Woo! 77. But the work is just, he did a great job. Most definitely worth it. Dilemma Tarot. So I'll just pull these up really quick and show you these. And hopefully you can get in it. No, just bear with me. This is going to be maybe a little hard to look at, but the Thelema. He's got some very beautiful artwork in there. And he also does one called the Arcanum. So if you see Arcanum, they're also basically the same models, just reinvented and redone over in a different way. Oh, definitely. Oh, they definitely. You can tell that they call to you because you flow with them so much more naturally. I see that there are certain individuals who have multiple cards, but you can tell which ones connect on that more deeper level with them. Like with Andrea, it's the gummy bears. I love when she whips out those gummy bears. And when Scott uses the ones that he has, I don't know if they're like Lord of the Rings or something, but they're written on the bottoms of them. You know, of course, Andrea with her cards and the Muse cards that, Lisa uses. I absolutely love those. The artwork is just stunning on those. So we all seem to have a deck that we resonate with the most. Oh, Anna, I didn't know you disappeared. I have the Light Seers deck. Light Seers. Is that by the same artist that does the Star Seeds? Her name is Noelle. Well, it's Rebecca Campbell who does the writing, and then the artist is Noelle something. But yeah, very beautiful. Oh, me too, Sonia. Let's see, did I miss anybody's questions? More excuse to buy cards. Oh, I keep telling myself, Sonia, and I keep telling Shan, no more. I have just got to start focusing on these. And then I watch, one of our shows, and I'm like, oh, what deck is that? And the next thing I know, I'm buying more. Boop. Is Tangy in the house? Tangy, are you lurking? Don't make me sing the lurker song to you. We should all come out with a certain personalized lurker song. That was awesome. Every time Lisa sings it, I sing along with her. Okay, so would anybody like to be the first person I read for with these brand new cards? Any questions? Oh, Anna, I cannot read for I can read for myself, but it's so hard to read for me personally because I think it's because I'm too close to the question, too much personal, you know, energy into it. And so sometimes I have to step back and get another person's perspective. That's the word. Sonia. Yes, please. Any specific questions, Sonia? Outlook for this month. Okay. So 3 cards. Would that be good for you, Sonia? Oh, Deanne, I have more than 8 now. I thought I was going to go penniless with all my art supplies I'm always buying. Okay, so Sonia, Rain Lee would like to know what her is for January of 2022. Closing one door and opening up another. Oh, look how long these cards are. My little hands, I gotta get used to shuffling them. Okay. Ooh. Oh, nice. Okay. Alrighty, Sonia. We're leaving 2021 behind. It looks like there was a little, disappointment, a little bit of sadness, something you had to leave behind. But now moving into 2022, these beautiful butterflies, and I still have to get used to it, but the cups with the butterflies and the rainbow, they're with the sun behind you. For this year, this month, you're letting the old go, and you're coming in blazing. You have a lot of ideas that you want to take on, with the Knight, Swords, communication. Here, someone told me if I put this in front of my face, that's better. There we go. Oh my goodness, I have got to get used to the video. My apologies, everyone. So you're just coming in, flying in full force into January. Your swords raised. You're ready to go. This little circle here reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune, and so you have all this luck, all this energy that you're bringing forth, like through with the lightning, and you're just charging forward. Your confidence, your communication, like how you speak, how you present, what you're going to do, in the year ahead. I know, if I remember correctly, when you had David on, was it David or Michael? That gentleman, he just, it seemed like you both had something very similar, wanting to help people, wanting to reach out more, wanting to use, um, your readings, communication to help people heal. So that's where I feel like this card is aiming for. You know exactly what you want, and you're going right straight forward for it. And last card, boom, Ace of Wands. Take all that brand new energy and just use it. Go for it. It's just, you're all just blazing all over. My only suggestion, and I think a lot of people might suggest too, that not to be afraid of all this creative, abundant inspiration energy just flying out, but remember to stay grounded so that all that inspiration and all that energy, because I know from speaking from my point of view, sometimes I get so much going on in my head, and I want to do this, and how about that, and all this inspiration and creative energy is just flying through my head and with what I want to do. And then I find a little bit later, oh, I exhausted myself. But it looks like January is going to be a great month, leaving past disappointments behind, focusing on those beautiful rainbow butterfly cups, dashing forward with all this new energy and creative expression. Oh, me too, Sonia. And I'm not just saying that, but me too. I get overwhelmed sometimes so easily. It's just, sometimes there are days when I just don't want to get out of bed. Let me just pull one more card. Yes, I'm glad I pulled one more card. This one here is the Hierophant. And what I love about the Hierophant in this deck, it's this beautiful man that's connected to the land. And his spirituality is in within the land. And there's that labyrinth. And once you travel that labyrinth and you go into that center, you find your light so that when you come out, it's all here and you can share it with nature. You can share it and bring it, whoops, bring it down in from the universe. And I like how he kind of glows right here where the heart is. So I'm glad I pulled this one more time. But you have everything just all perfectly in place for your journey. I think that's beautiful. Let me see if I can pull the card a little closer. So yes, kind of like the medicine man, um, Celtic shaman or something from the north, maybe European too. Just and he starts right where I like this. I just noticed it, and he points to it. It's with the heart. You start with the heart, and then you go within. I hope I don't stutter it a little too much. But also, look at you have all the beautiful flowers. You have the rainbows. You have all that beautiful energy that's waiting for you right there in the middle. And then when you come out, it's all going to be sent to the heart. Oh, actually, I just noticed that he is holding his heart. Sonia, you see that? I just realized that his hand is over his heart and it's glowing. So you're bringing down the love and the energy and the knowledge from the universe. You're going in and bringing all that love in, and it's coming right to the heart. And you're saying it to the earth. Oof. I love that. I hope that came out clear enough, um, verbal wise. I need to become more eloquent, which hopefully I will in time. I hope those were love, love, love. Okay, I was going to say, I hope those were helpful, but obviously they are. Oh, you're so welcome, my sweetheart. Every time I see you on the video, there's some people, and I'm not knocking, but you watch some videos, and there are some that almost kind of seem to go through the motions with readings or other things even on YouTube. But when you do your videos or when you read with other readers, that when you smile, you can see that divine energy of love that what you are putting out is your true authentic self. And the feeling I get when I see that smile and I see the light in those eyes and what you're bringing forward, it just makes me want to be a better person, a better reader, wanting me to help more, to learn more, and to be able to give that positive energy and love out to the world like you do for us. So I'll stop there. Release the past. Mm-hmm. We're all individual. Authenticity is so rare these days. I agree. Have to order. Oh, Sonia, you won't be disappointed. Can you read how I will do with my YouTube channel? Okay. Oh, you're not being an imposter, my dear. I mean, that's how I felt, Deanne. you know, I kept putting this off for several months because I just felt like I was never good enough. I said, I know I gotta kind of stay in the chat and I kind of gotta lurk. I gotta read more. I'm not ready yet, I'm not ready yet. And then finally, I just had to say enough was enough. And the minute I started my channel and did my first live, I had so many people just reach out to me and say, "You're doing fine. You know, be you, don't be anybody else. Your true, I know people keep saying, and I don't mean just the word hate, but your true, authentic self will come out. And that authentic self is slowly coming out. I just need to be more eloquent about it. Um, but no, we all have special gifts that we give and that we have. And we just have to find which it is, excuse me, that is our passion that we feel connected with, where we feel our intuition is the strongest, and have faith and step into that space and see where that takes you. But I will be happy to read on how you're channeled. But I can tell you right now, it's going to be, woo, it's going to be great. It already is, because you took that first step into starting it and going live. And believe me, I know the fear. The first time I went live, I was like stumbling almost over every word, I think. And I kept wanting to stop and say, "Okay, guys, no, I can't do this anymore." And I said, "No." Spirit kept telling me, "You can do this." So we're behind you. We got you. You can do it, Deanne. Alrighty. So Deanne wants to know. Let's see. Let's see. You want to do like a timeline, Deanne? Do you want to maybe narrow the question down a little bit? Do you want to ask what you might want to focus on, or just do you want to just stay general and say for the month of January, how will my YouTube channel go? Oh, that's great. Yes, Andrea is really inspiring. I'm even started grabbing some blank cards and doing my own designs on my cards like she did with hers. Okay, I got. Let's do the next 3 months: January, February, and March. So, Deanne's YouTube channel for the months of January, February, and March. A card for each. What can I share with her about the energy surrounding her channel? Okay. Oh, how beautiful. Oh, wow. Okay. So for January, we start off with the Queen of Swords. And of course, swords communication. So you have to have to have that confidence. Well, that confidence is starting to come forward. She's saying, here's the sword. Speak your truth. You can do this. Stand in your power. You have, like in the other card, you have the divine inspiration from spirit coming into you, into your third eye. You have that butterfly in the middle of your chest of your heart, where your heart chakra is, and that is blossoming. And for me, like down here is also like another kind of like a wheel of fortune. You have the feathers are also of communication, and the eagle is representative to a great spirit for a lot of indigenous cultures. So you are bringing in the divine through your Your mind is coming into your heart, and it's being expressed through your solar plexus and sacral chakra, which is your creativity, your your place of power. And you can see all the butterflies. And yeah, you're going to be nervous. All the butterflies kind of flying around in the tummy. But you also have the crystal that belongs to Earth to help you ground, and the sword that represents your kind of like your sword of truth, your communication skills. Everything here, everything that's right in here comes out and through into your sword. And she's handing that to you. Take this. This is your power. And what I love too about the swans is the swans are also a transformation. So you have that beautiful connection, of course, also with the rainbow. You have all that beautiful energy surrounding you and saying, here, pick up the sword, take up the sword. You know you can do it. And then, oh, everyone's going to love this card. This is so beautiful. The star card. And there you go. You're, touching the toes of the water, of your intuition, of your femininity. You're bouncing or touching the earth, the rocks, for energy, for connection to the earth, while you bring down your hopes and dreams and your psychic intuitive abilities down here from the star. And so it's guiding you. It's almost kind of like holding you in place. And you're gently balancing. The earth has you, Mother Earth, as you dip your toes into the intuitive well of psychic ability, knowledge. Water is also used for scrying. So you have that. And you two here, beautiful butterflies flying around. And then last card, Two of Cups. So by March, and this is actually quite befitting because of Pisces, being two fish, but we have two dolphins. This is typically a relationships card, but this also can be you coming together and acknowledging your abilities. You're feeling more, you have more of a developed relationship with your psychic ability. You have more trust, understanding, faith, love with what you're capable of doing and what you know that you're able to share with others. So that is a beautiful celebration right there. And of course, the lotus comes out of the water. And without the mud that the lotus forms in, there can be no blossoming without the darkness. So you go through the first 2 months taking back your power, connecting to the earth, and allowing the star energy, the universe, your faith, your wisdom to guide you, the earth to steady you. And then by March, you have that beautiful relationship established, not just also maybe with yourself and your intuition, but also this could be a nice connection with your followers, those who subscribe to you, those who come to you for readings. So this is just a beautiful, beautiful message. Thank you, Sonia. Let me catch up. Well, consider yourself an inspiration for people like me. I don't like taking pics either. Of course, yes, you're going to be better. You're going to become excellent. I mean, you got heaven and you got earth guiding you, and you're dipping your toe in that inspiration into your intuitive. There is no way that you're not going to be able to become successful. You're just, like I had another reader recently telling me, there are going to be people who may say some things. There may be some people who, say they don't understand the reading, or your subscription might go up and down. But I was told you have to have a thick skin, but still keep an open heart. And if anybody wants to say anything negative, you just give it to, the universe, to God, your higher power, whoever that may be, and allow them to take that energy and re-energize it into something positive and send it back to that person so that person can be lifted and enlightened. I hope that helps. Stepping into her power. Yes, Anna. See? Excellent reader. You got this. Thank you. She is stepping into her power. I'll have to remember that when I pull this card again. See, Deanna, we're all saying you are stepping into your power. You're dipping your toes, you're looking in there, you're supported by the earth, you're supported by, the universe, heaven. These could be also maybe your little spirit, your spirit guides flying around you and letting you know that, you have this and you don't have to be afraid. A lot of people like to just read by scrying with water, filling a bowl of water and just calming the mind and looking into, a bowl of water, sometimes especially under a full moon or under moonlight. So, any way that you find that you will intuitively divine information for yourself and for anyone, you just can't be afraid of taking that first little step and dipping that toe in there. That was a great point to point out, Anna. Thank you. Very insightful. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, I'm so happy you came here too, Deanne. I always say I'm here to help whoever wants to be helped. I'm not for everyone. Mm. Well, you're for us, Sonia. And whether you know it or not, that's enough for me. I know you've touched me. And I'm sure the other ladies in here too, and everybody else that come to you. We all have a different if you don't mind me saying, we all have a different frequency. Being an empath, I can you know, connect with this. That there are people who are good, they do good, but after a while, I'll notice that my energy just doesn't match up with theirs, and I can't connect, and I have to step away. So it's not saying anything bad about you or bad about the other person, unless they are being negative and the energy and everything, then that's automatically a given. If you feel something that's not good, then of course, then it's not meant to be at all with that person. But for some of us, we all have different frequencies of energy, and sometimes I've noticed that I've grown from watching early on in the days when I start first coming onto YouTube to watch readings, like with Marie's Table and Linda G and Sterling and Cash, that for the longest time they're the only ones that I could mesh with. But now, as I am meeting more people through Andrea was the next one, and then through Andrea I met Scott, and then through Andrea she was invited onto Nasty Women, and there I met Lisa and Sharon. So now I really no longer connect. I don't really resonate with Marie or Linda them that much anymore. But they were the ones that helped me connect with that frequency, that energy. And then when I learned and took what I could from them, then these other readers were presented to me. So it's an ever ending journey of discovery. And I know that sometimes that can be very scary, you know. Um, Next week, around this, I think it's on the 7th, I start shadow work on a lot of things from my past. And, Deanne, that's me there too. I'm dipping my toes into something that I'm not sure of. That's going to be dark, but I know that I have the support of the universe, of my God source, of my, divine spiritual connection, and the earth and my butterflies and guides there to support me as I take a step into that. I'm also Scorpio, so I'm just catching up. Hi, Kate! Everybody, this is my friend Kate. I've known her now for a couple years. Doesn't live very far from me. How you doing? Thank you for coming. So excited to have you. Yes, shadow work. Oh boy. I've always said I've been doing it for a long time. I think we're always doing shadow work, to be quite honest. Um, the intensity, I think, of the shadow work is what varies. And there are things that have been coming out within the last couple years or so, not because of COVID, but for other things personally with family and whatnot that has kind of taken me for a little bit of a loop. So I had asked about a year ago if I could. I asked, my great mother Mary, um, if she can guide me to a teacher to help me work through this. And this past summer, I actually met somebody through Rising Goddess in Tonawanda, New York. It's a beautiful little privately owned metaphysical shop. And one of the readers there is offering shadow work. And I sat down and just on a friendly talk, I learned so much, you know, about her. And I learned so much about myself. And when I was done that day, when I left, I said, "Thank you, Great Mother, Mama Mary. You gave me my teacher that I was asking for. So, to help me through this." So, always be open, you know. Trisha! Everybody say hello to my friend Trisha. Trisha, thank you for joining. Welcome, welcome. Scott and Andrea were my first people, and Sheila, Celtic Tarot. A little obsessed. Oh my goodness. Before, when it didn't matter what I was doing, whenever I could have been playing one of my games or doing research or something, and Shan would, or I would say, Linda just came on. I had to drop everything. So, yeah, I think everybody's been a really good teacher. Yes. Kate, when the Rising Goddess reopens on January 7th, at some point, you'll have to come by and I'll introduce you to everybody. Um, Same thing here, Trisha. Oh, it's so wonderful that I can share all my peeps with you guys. Ladies, you ever find yourself needing to watch someone even when you get irritated by them? Oh yes, definitely. There is a YouTuber. Um, Her name is Sloan Bella, and she, her and I don't see a lot eye to eye. Sometimes, her what she believes in and how she kind of filters it is not to my liking. However, when she does her readings on those who have passed, um, she and from where her background came from, and her working with the children of the night, I mean, her story is very in depth. But yes, sometimes we can just take here and there. You know, not everything that I say will resonate with somebody. Um, but yet, one of my things that I say, they might be like, okay, well, I agree with her on that. So, I'll follow that. I'll take a little bit of this and then go back to the rest. Kind of like a garden. You have all those flowers and different, especially different kinds, and you love the garden as a whole, but there are some flowers just that really aren't your favorite, if that makes sense. I don't know how that just way that popped into my mind. Um, but yeah, and Trisha and Kate, just so you know, I got a new deck today, and if any of you ladies would like some cards, please let me know. I think I got caught up with everything. I know I keep getting tongue tied too. It seems like I talk more naturally when I'm in front of someone. I'm still getting used to the looking at myself talking. So if I look away, it's me trying to make sure that I'm not throwing myself off by looking like I'm talking to myself. Cool. Alrighty. Anybody else have any thoughts or any ideas of what they might like to see me do on this channel? Uh, Kate and Trish, I had mentioned earlier that there's a lot of excellent readers who read on politics, and I read along with them too for my practice. That's kind of how I got to learning again, is following like Debbie Freebird Spirit, Andrea at Lilac Lantern, Scott when they would do the mysteries, and that's pretty much how I got back into learning how to read the cards again, or learning how to read them and how I perceive, not like, because before it was always like, well, this is the book and this is how you have to read them. And I think a lot of times that's why I kept stopping, because I just could not connect with what I was reading in a book with the images that I was seeing on the cards. So it became more of an intuitive awakening for me, starting to follow and watch all these different videos. And it's been a life changer, really, for me. Well, it's weird because, well, this person really irritates me to the point that even the voice is irritating, but I feel a strange pull, like there's something I need to know, and only they have the info. Well, Anna, have you asked that reader? Do they offer free readings on YouTube? Thanks, Kate. That makes me feel better. That really does. Some people are like really like supernatural at it. I'm a I'm a Sag, so my spark plugs are firing off all the time. There's sometimes it's hard for me to be like, later on I'll be like, why didn't I say it that way? How come I didn't say this? Oh shoot, I should have put it that way. It's weird looking at my phone. I don't know where am I supposed to, well, you see me because everything's reversed. So every time I think I'm going for my, it's off. Yeah, I get it. When they do readings, they end up joking around more than reading, so I have had the ability to talk to them, have not had the ability to talk to them directly. Do you think perhaps I can pull some cards for you, Anna? Or is it that one individual and their experience and their knowledge is what you need specifically? No pressure. Trisha, did you want a card? Kate, did you want a card? Let me know. Let me grab something, sip here really quick. Catching up in the chat. That's what also too with this community. I love how everybody shares with each other in the open chats here. Well, I don't really need to know anything. Um, was there something specific you had in mind? Did you want just a general 3-card reading? Or did you have a specific question? Gotcha, Anna. So let me know, Kate. Just the general 3 cards? We had a lot of changes last year. How's the new house? New house, new puppy. Ooh, we're going to do a card reading on Sagittarians. Awesome. Okay, 3 cards about my work. Okay, well, we got to be a little more, something more specific about work, as in, or do you want just a general? Kate wants to know about her job. I pull 3 cards. I take a look at what the cards are saying, and then I go from there. Or do you want something to know a little bit more specific, like, is it my highest good to stay where I'm at currently, or, should I start looking? Oh, thank you, Anna, for stopping by. I appreciate it, hon. Love you so much. You have a wonderful evening too. Okay, so let's see. For the next few months, let's say within the next 3, because for me going ahead a little bit more than that's a little iffy. So, Kate, how about a general reading on work for the next 3 months of the new year? Oh, had a jumper already, Kate. These are new cards too. They have a lovely coating on them, but still. Okay. So, Kate, we'll pick a card for for January, February, and then a card for March. And the one that fell, I will keep it covered just for now. I hope so too. Okay, so Kate wants to know about her job. General questions for Kate on her job. I need 3 cards. January, February. Oh, jeez. Oh, okay. I'm still going to hold those aside. Oh, they're jumping like hotcakes for you, Kate. Okay. Ooh. Well, my dear, first card is Ten of Swords. So right now it doesn't look like you're happy much. It's you see all these um, lightning bolts coming at you from all over the place at once, and there's this bit of a cross here, and how some of these are hitting you right in the heart. It seems like you're kind of getting overstimulated with work. It's becoming too much. It's much more causing you much more pain and grief, and actually suffering than actually needs to. I know you are. You said you do a lot of conference calls, and some days can be rough. And we haven't talked in a while. Here, let me do this. So, yeah, you're just kind of exposed here, and you've got all this just shooting at you all at once. And like you're trapped, you're suffering, you can't let go. And he doesn't look too happy either. So, and then we go to your middle card, which is Temperance. So, right now, Temperance is basically like a patience card. You're kind of pouring into one cup and you pour into another. It's kind of like a back and forth, kind of like, do I want to stay at my job? Do I not want to stay at my job? And as you can see here, you got a path going that way. You got a path going that way. And you are trying to decide which way to go. And this is too kind of like stepping into the void, into the unknown, which might be making you too a little nervous. And I get it. I totally get it. So right now, it's like you're considering. However, now, if you were to follow through and start looking for a new job, this is a beautiful card. All three are celebrating. Cups are emotions. Birds are singing. Everything is lining all up together in the universe. The cups, there's stars that are laying your way. You have hearts. It's this. You have the sunflowers just shining pure, beautiful happiness and light. And you've gone through the phases. Um, Everything comes together in celebration. So, according to these cards, it definitely, oops, not happy at work, suffering, being patient, considering looking for new work if you already aren't. And by doing so, you will find one that brings you joy and celebration. And when you do find that job, we're going out and we're going to celebrate. How does that? Let's see what you had to say. Pretty accurate. Yeah. Well, yeah, you feel like you're being persecuted. I mean, they're like nailing it. I mean, people forget that it's not your fault that certain things go the way they are. So you've got all this communication. Look at all to Swords is communication, Kate, if you didn't know. So you've got all of this electric, static energy of people just coming at you, and it's getting you, honey, right in the heart. Chocolate martini, yes. And of course, right there again in the chest. You know that there's something else that you want to do. And I think you already do. You're looking into it. It even could be those different pathways. You're setting possibly resumations to this place, sending one to that place. But stay focused, stay positive, be patient, and that new job is going to bring you so much joy and happiness. Most definitely. Work-life balance. Well, there you go. And, self-care. I mean, what good is having a job if it's only going to kill you? I mean, I think a lot of people have been realizing that these days since COVID, having to stay home and having more time on their hands, realizing just, oh my God, what have I been putting my body through? You know, that that's people are complaining, well, people don't want to go back to work. Yeah, because they actually see how they've been abused, how little they're getting paid for what um, how much they have to work, the being unappreciated, and a lot of people are finding more joy working from home, starting their own business, or taking the time to find out what they really want to do and going forward that way. Oh, you're welcome. Yep, Sonia, that jumper, it was electric. It jumped right out and wanted me to make sure that I showed Kate that. Okay. Alrighty, Sonia. Thank you for coming. I appreciate your love. I appreciate your support. I give it right back to you with a bunch of face. Um, and I look forward to seeing you on another one of your videos. Alrighty, now I do know Trisha, are you still there? Whoa. Okay. I think Trisha is still here. Excuse me while I itch my nose. Trisha, would you like the same 3-card too? Oh, customers are always demanding and unreasonable. That's why I know I can't do it anymore. I mean, I thought it was bad. Whoa, back in the day. Yep, Trisha and then Deanna. Unless, oh, Trisha. Okay, there you are. So, Trisha, did you have a specific question? Or just another 3-carder for the next couple months? I already had 2 jumpers on you. Oh yeah, I have glitches here all the time. Oh, can't wait to find a new place. I'm going to have it decorated so pretty. Okay. Well, this was a jumper. This one flew right out. And then we have that one. And then it's telling me to pull one more. Okay, so we get 4 cards. Alrighty, my dear. Okay. Just give me a second here. Okay. Trisha, these are my brand new cards I just got today. So bear with me as I gaze over all the beautiful artwork and put these together. So your first card that I got was the 7 of Pentacles. Let me show you that. How beautiful that is. So, pentacles have to do with health, um, material, wealth, but also with wisdom, things of like a solid nature, money, because some pentacles are also coins. And is this possibly a card for um, your health? Because right now, the Seven of Pentacles is you're kind of you're working on something. Okay, you have this beautiful bouquet here in your hands, and with the horses flying by and you looking up at them, it feels like you are, how do I say this? Okay, so we are talking about your health. Okay. Um, and I know sometimes too with health, finances can be a bit stressful as well. But right here, you're holding that in your heart. You have hope. See the star? Stars represent hope. And these beautiful butterflies are transformation. So you are looking to, and with the wind, the horses. Here, let me meditate on this for a second with the horses. Because I know the horses are very important. Well, you know, the wind riders, you're looking up to the moon. You have all this bounty around you. You do have a sense of gratitude. You do have bounty. I know we've talked about family recently. And you have all this, but in your heart, there's a transformation going on. You know, the butterflies are coming. I'll show you the card again in a minute. The butterflies are coming up from this beautiful, positive, abundant life that you have, and it's going right into your heart. It's growing. You're working on it. It's balancing out. That last one is right here, though. You're working on that. Not just your physical health affects your heart, but you're working on heart health as well. Um, okay. So for me, the horses, the starlight, there's stardust underneath their hooves as they're flying. And with your heritage, you're looking up and you see them giving you, because for me, horses represent swiftness, strength, power of the limbs, that carefree energy. And you're dreaming of that again. And you're holding that right in your heart. And because you tell me also horses make you happy. So here, let me pull this up a little bit. It's kind of hard to see with the light. But here's all your abundance. Everything's being balanced. Everything's growing. But now the transformation is going on in your heart. And the butterflies are flying up and taking possibly you kind of with them along the swift movement of the horses, the starlight, the moon. You have your eye on recovery. Maybe I could put that in here. Your hopes, your dreams, to be those horses, to join them, not in a negative fashion, but I see a swift, they're flying and you see them. So I think a lot too with them being fast and swift moving, I think you're being things are happening very quickly, or they're going to be moving more swiftly, more fast, and they're blessing you with, you know, their stardust. And it's all emanating from that heart of love. So now the middle card is the Eight of Pentacles. And on this card here, there's like a bit of a web. There's a star in the middle. Trish, what I love about this deck, it includes different cultures, ethnicities. So I have had cards that represent Northern European. I have cards that represent um, um, pagan indigenous from like Europe up into East European and Native American and some Hindu. So I just love how ethnically diverse this deck is. And for the Eight of Pentacles, that is more of you looking at everything that you have completed and how everything moves in a cycle. You know how understand how things move in a cycle. So okay, we have the hands of God, your spirituality with the animals, and this is also kind of like a wheel of fortune. They're running the wheel with you. You have the buffalo, then you're going into with the dolphin, and there's your horse again, and the turtle, and this is like the cycles of the moon. So you're going through these health cycles right now. They're becoming, I would say, more, I don't want to say the word anticipated, but they're moving in more of a clockwork fashion, as in the diversity of change, if that makes sense. Um, I'm trying to figure out, I feel like there's something that I'm missing here. Um, I mean, you have the deer, you have all of your, okay, you have your native heritage beliefs, you have the animals, they're with you. They're running this wheel with you. They're staying with you as you move through these cycles of developing your health, getting yourself back together, and see how all these different phases of life, of our health, of our growth, of our abundance comes to that middle right there, that beautiful starlight. And when you move up, here's the fullness of the moon, of the feminine, and here are the hands coming down to bless your your journey like a medicine wheel. So things are in motion. Things are constantly moving. Everything's all happening slowly as it's supposed to. And then with the Knight of Swords, they come flying. He's coming flying in. Knights are like full raw energy. They just swoop right in. Um, Sometimes they can be a little, what's that word? Impetuous, a little too quick to jump the sword, as they say. But this is, look at this. You're communicating. You know what it is that you need to say. You need to say what you need. Here's that half and half again. You're more balanced. You're stronger. You're verbally communicating now what it is that you need, that you want, and how you want things to move forward. So this is all coming very quickly, very fast. And I was told I had to pull one more card. So, Trisha, how am I doing so far? Is there any questions? Oh, I'm waiting. Nope. And then you get and then we get another knight card. And this knight is coming from the opposite direction. And it's saying you've gone in this. You have. Look, this is that inner labyrinth. This is your intuition. This is your feminine feelings. Cups are emotions. They're very feminine. They can be very strong. And he here is holding that cup up, saying, take this. This is your gift. So this could be like a gift that you are, I won't say gift you're giving to somebody, but somebody's giving you a gift. It's kind of like, I want to say in some readings, people can see this card as someone giving somebody something to drink, whether it be good or bad. But for me, it seems like this is a cup of wellness being offered to you. And it comes from the waters of this um, labyrinth that we have to go in, because we have to go in to be reborn. And you know that, and being as a woman, you understand that. And then, with the fish, the universe, the water, everything here that is feminine, that is intuitive, that is what fuels the passions that fuel our emotions. All this is being offered up to you on a beautiful, magical creature, the unicorn of mystery, mystic, and fantasies. And it's a blessing. Here is your cup. So, something very positive and healing is being offered to you in this cup. So, I hope that helps. I really do. Is there any other question, Trisha, that you have that I can put in there before I do Deanne's cards, which will have to be the last for the evening? I'll give you a few minutes and let me just check on the chat here. Hi, Moon. Welcome. I don't think I've seen you before. Thank you for joining the channel or joining us in chat. And if anybody hasn't, please hit like, subscribe if you like. But the likes help me out a lot. Amazing. Okay. Well, girl, we'll have to have a coffee talk. I've driven by your place several times. I've seen the car, I've seen the light, and I'm like, oh, I want to stop in and see Trisha, but I didn't want to intrude. So we got to get together and have some coffee. And maybe we can do a more advanced spread or just a chat. Okay, so Deanne's having a hard time with jobs too. Yeah, it's not easy changing jobs. It's fear. It's like I do this, and you know what's going to happen. How am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to pay my rent? And it's awful that our jobs, what we have to put up with, we have to be forced to stay there out of fear that we lose our necessities to live. Sosino says hi, everybody. Trisha has this gorgeous kitty. She is a Siamese, and she is just absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful blue eyes, and her name is Sosino. So that is who Sosino is. Alrighty, Deanne, would you still like your 3 cards? I'm not sure if you're still here. They really do help those. I did kind of trip over my words with some of these cards. I'm learning eloquence. Eloquence and etiquette. KD! Welcome! Everybody, this is KD. She's my new friend. She's out in Arizona, like I used to live out in Arizona. KD, guess what? For the first time going live, I now have my chat right here for me to be able to scroll and see what everybody is saying. I don't need to have my phone out. KD, my friend Trisha, my friend Kate from my neck of the woods. And we're talking to Deanne. Oh, thank you, KD. Yeah, I was getting kind of ready to close it up in a little bit. I'm waiting to see if Deanne would still like some cards. I got a beautiful new deck today. Not sure if you have heard of these. The Star Tarot by Kathy Mcleland. Oh, KD, the artwork are just in colors are so stunning. Look at these cards. Oops. Ah, see what I'm talking about? Look at that. Aren't those beautiful, Katie? Oh, I'll have to show them when we go and have a face-to-face chat. Oh, goodness, Katie, they are. And the book is beautiful, too. It has color pictures in it. They're just very long. So it's taking my hands a while to get used to them. Okay. Deanne, are you still here, my dear? How are you feeling today? Katie, how's your day going, hon? We lost another piece of our ceiling tile from the rain. We've got another bucket in the living room. Started snowing though, so it's kind of freezing it up a little bit, so we're not having so much. Woo! Something just popped out for somebody. Well, if Deanne is no longer here, then maybe. Oh, let's see. Well, this just jumped out. So if someone's feeling a little confined, feeling constrained, feel like they can't move forward, then reach and speak to Great Spirit, the Eagle. Connect with your divine support group and have them focus on your heart and help you to move forward through whatever it is that you feel is restraining you, confining, or imprisoning you. Because typically with the Eight of Swords, that means we're doing it to ourselves. So open that heart, allow the Great Spirit, God, Goddess, however you want to vision your greater, higher power, and just fly out of that imprisonment and free yourself. Yes, Katie, I saw, I think, almost all of your video. I just love how you can so elegantly point out all the different symbolism and bring out things that I never thought about looking at a card. So, okay, timer going off. Enjoy dinner. Thank you, you too, and I'll talk to you later. Yes, it is. So I guess Deanne had to take off. So, everybody, thank you. Moon, I don't know if you're still here. Thank you for coming by and hanging out. And I will see everybody on my next live chat. Much love, light, and happiness to everybody. Mwah. Bye. Love you too, sweetie.